Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to discuss about Nola J. Pinder. First, who is Nola J. Pinder? Nola Pinder was born on August 21, 1941 in Lansing, Michigan, US. She also has been named as a living legend of the American Academy of Nursing. Her profession is nursing theories, profession of nursing, which focus on preventative nursing and health promotion. She also earned her bachelor and master degree in the same university, in Michigan State University in 1964 and 1965. She also earned PhD in psychology and education Northwestern University in 1969. She also earned a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Midwest Nursing Research Society in 2005. She was awarded an honorary doctorate of science degree in 1992 from Widener University. That's the biography or the background of Nola J. Pinder. Let's talk about the background of her theory. The Health Promotion Model, or HPM in short, proposed by Nola J. Pinder in 1982 and revised in 1996. The reason of her revision is to make it clear, more practical, and more focused on promoting positive health behavior reflecting new research and modern nursing needs. Yun yung dahilan bakit na-revise in 1996 ang theory ni Nola J. Pinder. It's the HPM also designed to be a complementary counterpart to model of health promotion. What do you mean by the complementary? Complementary is work together with something but not replace it. So, nag-work siya, parang work mo yung parang dinadagdagan mo siya, pero hindi mo siya binabago. And counterpart is another part or version that has different focus, but it's still connected. So, instead na illness lang mag-focus yung theory ni Pinder, she was more focused on improving the health or the basic needs ng mga patient, improving the health of the patient. It's defined as health as positive dynamic state, not merely the absence of disease. The health promotion model knows that each person has unique personal characteristics and experience that affect subsequent action. The set of variables of behavior, specific knowledge, and effect have important motivational significance. This variable can be modified through nursing action. Health promoting behavior is the desired behavior outcome and the endpoint of the health promotion model. So what do you mean by the subsequent action? Well, subsequent action is any action that occurs after a previous action or event often closely connected to each other. First is unique personal characteristic. Doon na po tayo muna sa highlights or parang focus dun sa health promotion model. So, unique personal characteristic and experience. Each person has different age, genetics, past behavior, culture, and life experience, shape, or how they act. So, iba-iba tayo based sa characteristic and experience natin. Example, a person who grew up exercising regularly is more likely to continue exercising as an adult. Tulad sa mga example ko, kanina, kung nag-exercise ka na before pa, parang ngayon na lumaki ka, mas nagaganaan ka pa mag-exercise or parang gusto mo pang i-continue mag-exercise. Second is behavior-specific cognitive and effect. Dito naman yung mga thoughts natin, feelings, beliefs that influence health behavior. Ibig ko sabihin dito sa influence health behavior, yung mga beliefs natin or yung mga thoughts natin, nakakadagdag yun sa mga naka-influence barriers, and self-efficacy. So, madidiscuss din to later sa ibang slide, pero magsabi na rin ako ng mga i-discuss ko, which is the perceived beliefs. Dito, nag-believe ka na yung behavior mo is helpful. So, nag-exercise ka. Para sa'yo, okay ito siya. Makaka-boost to for my health. Then, biglang, andyan yung perceived barrier, which is nagaling ka something na biglang umulan, parang ayaw mo na mag-exercise. Kasi nga, nag-aulan. Pero which is yung exercise na, pwede naman gawin indoors. Doon nagkakaroon ng barrier. Self-efficacy, meron kang perceived benefits or yung nakikita mo kung anong benefits sa'yo, nagkakaroon ka ng confidence or self-efficacy, which is confidence in ability to do it. So, parang meron kang kaya na gawin yun. Next is the modifiable through nursing action. Dito, pumunta yung mga nursing to intervene para maka-influence pa sa mga dapat mong gawin para maging healthy ka. Nag-teach sila ng benefits of exercise or healthy diet. Yun yung mga ginagawa ni nurse. Dito ito yung mga sa physical therapy. Pwede mo yan dito yung mga physical therapy na doctor. Pwede sila dito para mag-boost ng confidence ni patient. Nag-help din yun ng reduce ng barrier para mag-suggest sa workout at home. Yun nga, sabi ko pag umuulan, hindi ginagawa ng mga patient yung gawain kasi akala nila hindi pwede sa indoors. And nag-boost din siya ng confidence and self-efficacy. Nag-help promotion behavior as desired outcome din. Ng health promoting behavior, ito na yung goal ni health promotion model para kay patient, para maka-adapt siya sa pagiging healthy. Ito yung sinasabi na endpoint of HPM. Ito yung ultimate result na nag-exercise ka, ganon. So, in simple words, people are unique and their past experience and beliefs affect their health action. Nurses can teach, motivate, and support patients so they adapt in healthy behavior, which is the main goal of the HPM or health.
Here are the explanations for 5 key concepts of NOLA Pender's health promotion models. So we have the person. Person is a biopsychosocial organism with unique experiences and personal characteristics, such as biological, psychological, and socio-cultural factors. These unique characteristics and experiences directly affect a person's action and health decisions. Pender's model views individuals not as passive recipients of care but as active participants who seek to control and regulate their own behavior to achieve their health potential. The next is the environment. It is referred to the social, cultural, and physical context which a person's life unfolds. The person interacts with the environment in both shape by its transform it over time. The environment contains cues and facilitators for health, enhancing behaviors which the individual can manipulate to their advantage. And we have number 3 is nursing. It is defined as collaboration with individuals, families, and communities to create favorable conditions for optimal health and well-being. The nurse's role involves assessing individuals' characteristics and experiences and behavior, specific cognition and effect to the counsel patient and provide positive resources that encourage health-promoting behaviors. Then next, we have the health. Pender defines health not merely as the absence of disease, but as positive, dynamic state. It is the process of actualizing a person's inherent and acquired human potential through goal-directed behavior. Competent self-care and satisfying relationships, health promotion in the model is specifically directed at increasing a person's level of well-being. Number 5 is we have the illness. Within this model, illness is considered as a separate but related concept to health. Illness are discrete, often temporary events that can facilitate a person's ongoing pursuit of health. The HPM distinguishes between health protection or avoiding illness and health promotion. It is increasing well-being, although the two concepts are intertwined. These are the assumptions of the model. We have individuals actively regulate their own behavior. So, people are not passive, they are active agents who seek to control their actions and improve themselves. So, we have biopsychosocial interaction with the environment. The humans are complex beings who are constantly interacting with and changing their environment while also being transformed by it. So we have the health professionals as part of the environment. So our nurses, doctors, and other health providers are significant part of an individual's interpersonal environment and exert influence on their health-related behaviors through their lives. We have the self-initiated change is the key. To change their behavior, individuals must initiate their own changes in the patterns of their interaction with that environment. These are the promotion of Nolla-Pender health promotion model. These are Nolla-Pender's health promotion model or HPM. Has 3 main focuses areas that contain several key concepts, individual characteristics and experiences, behavior-specific cognition, and effect. In behavioral outcomes, the model suggests that individuals actively regulate their own behavior and interact with their environment, which shapes their health-promoting sections.
Next slide is the 5 major concepts of the health promotion model. First is the individual characteristic and experience behavior. Every person is unique. Yun nga yung sabi ko kanina, every person is unique and has their own past behavior. Like personal factor, their age, their beliefs, their health history. That influence in the future health action. Same example lang din, kanina, someone who grew up eating healthy is more likely to continue doing so as an adult. So, kapag kumakain sila ng mga gulay, ng bata pa sila, and mga healthy foods, madadala din nila yun sa paglaki nila. Second is the behavior-specific, cognitive, and effect. These are the thoughts, feelings, beliefs about specific health behavior ng isang tao. They include their perceived benefits, value. In next slide, we have the individual characteristics and experience. Ito yung may mga parts na biological factors, psychological factors, and social cultural factors. So, I explain ito one by one. Then, this part that explains each person is unique in their past experience and personal factors influence behave toward their health. Yun yung mga sinabi ko kanina. This include 3 main types of factor. The biological factors is about the physical or genetic traits ng isang tao at na nakaka-apekto sa kanilang behavior. Their age, gender, body weight, physical strength, genetic tendency like family history of diabetes or hypertension. Kapag bata ka like age 1 to 3, hindi ka naman pwedeng sabihin na nag-exercise ka na during that time. Kasi nga, alam mo lang, is your kumain, matulog, mga ganyan. Example dito is, a young adult may have more energy to exercise compared to an older person. So, yung adult, meron siyang mas malaking energy para mag-exercise compare nga dun sa mga adult which is 60 or 80 years old. Hindi naman na pag 80 ka na, nag-exercise ka pa ba? Nagbubuhat ka pa ba ng mga mabibigat na dumbbell or nag-jogging pa ba? Pwede man sabihin na pwede nag-walk sila pero nahihirapan na sila sa paglalakad kasi hindi naman lahat ng elderly merong kapasidad na maglakad pa. Next is the psychological factors. This involves a person's mindset, motivational, and emotion that influence behavior. Example, self-esteem or how one values oneself. Kung wala kang self-esteem, kunyari, example, pag mataba ka or overweight ka, di ba sometimes nawawalan ka na gana mag-exercise, sasabihin mo na mahirap naman mag-exercise, parang hindi naman agad-agad ako papayat sa ganito or hindi naman ako magiging healthy or some perceive yung mga tao na pag mataba ka, healthy ka. Doon na pumapasok yung self-esteem. Pag may motivational ka, doon nagagawa mo yung mga needs mo, yung ngayon sabi ko dito sa self-esteem. So, confidence mo, magkakaroon ka din ng confidence kapag marunong ka mag-exercise. Example, a person with high self-confidence is more likely to follow healthy diet and exercise regularly. So, ibig sabihin nito, kapag meron kang self-confidence or high self-confidence, magagawa mo yung pag-exercise. Kahit sabihin na mataba ka, matanda ka na, pag may high self-confidence ka, nagagawa mo pa din mag-exercise. Next is the social cultural factors. This comes from a person's environment, culture, and social influence, or how family, friends, and society affect their health choices. Example, education, family beliefs, social or cultural tradition, social support, economic status. Ito yung mga example dito is, a person whose family values health eating is more likely to eat nutrition food. Like, sa mga vegan, more on vegetables sila, mas ano sila sa atin, na compare sa normal na makain ng mga meat, mas inaisip nila yung health benefits ng vegetable kaysa health benefits ng meat. Yun yung dito nakaka-effect ng ano natin, ng sa family natin. So, in simple words, ang HTM or our health behavior are shaped by who we are, ang biological natin, or how we think and feel, which is the psychological, and yung mga tao na sa paligid natin, or yung mga culture na pinalakihan natin, this is the social culture. Ito yung lahat is nakaka-affect kung paano tayo mag-isip, kung sino tayo, para maging healthy, and ma-prevent yung mga dapat natin ma-prevent na sakit. Okay na dyan? Behavior-specific cognitive effect. This is the person or is feeling ng isang tao, their beliefs about health promotion or specific health behavior. They include their perceived benefits, barrier, self-efficacy, and emotion related to their behavior. Example, a person believes exercise will make them energetic. Yun yung benefits. But worse, or worried but not having time. So, yung benefit ng exercise is naging energetic ka or nakaka-give sa'yo ng energy. Pero, ang barrier dito is yung nagawa-worry ka kung meron ka pa bang time para makagawa ng exercise. Meron ka pa bang time galing sa work or galing sa school para makagawa ka ng exercise. morning for 30 minutes bago ka pumunta ng school or bago ka pumunta ng work. Yun yung commitment sa plan mo or your behavioral outcomes sa lahat-lahat na yun, from individual, specific behavior cognitive effect, until dito sa behavioral outcome. Meron din, based sa research, meron pang dalawa, which is the interpersonal influence. Ito yung mga tao na nakaka-influence sa atin or around us, yung environment natin, friends, healthcare, family, mga ganyan, naka-affect sa decision natin para mag-exercise tayo, para maging healthy tayo. It's either they're going to motivate us or discourage us para gawin yung mga bagay na magiging healthy tayo. Next is the situational influence. These are the environmental factors that make a health behavior easier or to perform it easier or harder. Example is having a nearby park makes exercising more convenient. Kasi kung may park ka sa tabi ng bahay nyo, pwede ka din mag-jogging or either yung mga outdoor games like basketball, badminton, tennis, pwede mong gawin yan as your exercise. A lack of healthy food option makes good nutrition harder. So kapag wala kang healthy na pagkain, yung exercise mo parang kababaliwala. Kapag nag-exercise ka, din kumain ka din ng mga fatty food, hindi parang wala lang din yung mga ginawa mong exercise para maging healthy. So in short, yung major concept na yun is to see people as active participants who make choice to improve their well-being, influenced by their personal traits, beliefs, environment, and support system.
So they have explained to you the other parts. So now I am going to explain what is the behavioral outcomes. So first is the commitment to plan action. This is the intention or the resolve to carry out the health behavior once a person has weighed the benefits, barriers, and their confidence. They form a plan. For example, in the commitment to plan of action is a patient Claire commits to preparing a low sodium dinner at the home tonight. So the outcome is the initial intention is strong. So the next one is immediate competing demands and preferences. However, intentions are always enough. This is a big roadblock. Competing demands are things that the person has low control over, like an emergency at work. Competing preferences are things they have high control over, but simply prefer to do, like watching movie instead of going for a run, and that can be delay the plan. And the last one is self-promoting behavior. So if the person maintains their commitment and successfully navigates or overcomes the competing demands and preferences, the ultimate result is the health-promoting behavior. So this is the health promotion model. So strength. The health promotion model is simple to understand, yet diving deeper show its complexity in its structure. Nola Spender's nursing theory focused on health promotion and disease prevention, making it stand out from other nursing theories. It is highly applicable in the community health setting. It promotes the nursing profession's independent practice being the primary source of health promoting intervention and education. So, the strength in Nola Spender's theory or model is the uniqueness and focus. A major strength of the health promotion model is its unique focus on health promotion and disease prevention. It doesn't wait until someone is sick. This sets apart from many other nursing theories. Next is the structure and clarity. While the model has many concepts, it's designed to be simple to understand at a basic level. Yet, it provides a complex and detailed structure for in-depth research planning. So next is the weakness. The health promotion model of Pender could not define the nursing meta paradigm or the concept that a nursing theory should have men, nursing, environment, and health. The conceptual framework contains multiple concepts which may invite confusion to the reader. Its applicability to an individual currently experiencing a disease state was not given emphasis. So, the weakness of Pender's health promotion model is that the meta-paradigm issue is one key weakness from a theoretical perspective is the model did not explicitly define the core nursing meta-paradigm concepts, that is, the concept of man, nursing, environment, and health, that are typically expected in a formal nursing theory. This makes it harder to categorize as a grand nursing theory. Second is the complexity and confusion. While it's simple to grasp, the conceptual framework contains multiple interconnected concepts. For some readers or new users, this level of detail can sometimes invite confusion.